Hey guys, it's my Flash. So I want to talk about something that's going on within language arts. So our eighth grade teacher, he had us do this assignment like few weeks ago. So here's the assignment. It's a creative writing assignment. Let's just say I get really excited when it comes to those. And what we have to do, we have to create our own hero and make their journey. So here's the thing. I'll be a bit disappointed myself if I don't get a good grade on this. And I already have, because I have concept artwork, stories, like how the whole story will go out planned, backstories, characters, ideas, everything already done, like in my head and on paper and everything. But hey, that's kind of my fault because I'm putting a lot of time into this. I'm doing it for fun too, because creative writing is just one of my most favorite things to do. But so I wanted to tell you guys about my hero for this journey, I guess, or the hero's journey. I believe that's what the assignment's called, is the hero's journey. Let me just get a drink quick. I have like slushy. Okay, sorry. So, the hero's journey, like I said, to create our own hero, like the protagonist, and everything, like the good person, like what will they hesitate throughout the adventure and all that. But so I decided to make my character Nikita Andreas. The time of the year this is taking place, present day is 2017. I believe that the very present day is, let me see, I know I wrote it down right before, I believe, yeah, before chapter 3 started, I wrote it down. Let's see, I can't find it. Alright, so I like to write little notes at the very top for myself. This is what I wrote. It's been small, so the day after, the date for this event. It's 11/3, 2017. Gotta let that a little bit. So that's the time the present day is being taken. So here, let me read you guys the first part. Alright, so I'm just gonna, so here's the book titles ideas I have. So the official book title I have for this is Passing the Borders of Westlands. But these were other ones: In Exile, Fall Gone, Above Westlands. I like Passing the Borders of Westlands the most. So here, time of the year, 2017. The character's name is, of course, Nikita Andreas. Age 38. Homeland, Westlands. Species, Fall Gone. Class, Fall, Nevermore. Abilities, telekinesis, teleportation, telekinesis, and familiarism. Now that ability stuff is still work in progress, because I feel like that Nikita will be way too weak, concerning the fact that she will have to fight the bad guy of the story later on, because that's how it's supposed to go, like the whole what's acquired. But I can always work around this kind of stuff. Year of birth is 1979. Weapon of choice is none. And then, if you guys, I just like to put in little details in. Mom's age is 60 and dad's age is 63. They are not mentioned mostly in stories and flashbacks. So I guess I'll read you guys chapter 1 of Fall Gone. Now this just explains everything. I do not want to read chapter 2 in ahead, just because it's still a work in progress. Alright, chapter 1, Fall Gone. Fall Gone is a human-like creature that holds powers and abilities. Their passive abilities are fast healing. Now this is just, like I said, explain generation, speed, strong hearing, and smell. The difference between a male and female Fall Gone are the males having a higher chance for having more than 3 passive abilities. 32% for a male to have more than 3 passive abilities. 9% for a female to have more than 3 passive abilities. The reason behind this is simple. A female power cannot create anything new. The cause of this is for their power being focused on new abilities instead of passive abilities. But it's possible for a female to pass to possess great power. Great power. Great power is another way of saying fall in Nevermore. A Nevermore can be obtained at birth. Now, the original idea was or killing multiple for their power. Now, I did not like that idea, so I was like, because there'll be way too many Falgons. I think it should be a very rare thing to have, because there's only 5 existing Falgons. So I think that's really stupid. So I scratched that out. Only 5 Nevermores exist at this. Only 5 Nevermores exist at this time. They keep the above. That was the original area place name. They keep the Westlands safe from the overworld. For years, they kept the portal between the two worlds protected. However, the gateway became so secured from humans, it will destroy only any human who dares to pass. With that being said, people soon forgot about them, until the day when they were called back to the gate. Felix, a man who has been exiled from the Westlands for Westlands. 13. So now the original idea was 25, but then I changed to 13, but now it's 25 again. 25 years ago. He finally showed sign of his activity. He had this thing called FDP, Falgon Department of Protection. Now even though it says Falgon Department of Protection, it doesn't protect Falgons. The FDP would hunt down Falgons and lock them away. So Falgons on the surface had to hide who they were in the hopes that they would not be found. The gatekeepers, Nevermores, were forbidden to pass and not to allow any Falgon to go through the gate. If any Falgon passes the borders of Westlands, they will not be able to come back and shall be exiled from home. On the surface, humans and Falgons live in fear of each other and FDP. And to make things worse for the Falgons, they became known as Falgana terrorists, only because some used their powers for evil or to fight back against the FDP in defense. Okay. The Falgons on the surface called for the Nevermores' help, knowing they won't be able to return home again, left one by one until the last keeper remained. Nikita Andreas, a woman whose loyalty for the king and queen kept her from leaving. Now these were her hesitations that kept her from leaving, because there has to be a hesitation for why the character won't leave. I thought it was all idea 1. The official idea. Nikita would stand guarded at the gate, wondering what's going on the surface. The 38-year-old woman even went to the king to ask for permission to leave. Of course, he denied the request. A day came where the woman couldn't watch the gate because she became sick. Felix found a way to send his men through the gate, and 125 FDP soldiers attacked the Westlands. Despite the Falgons being victorious, they knew they weren't safe. 1,892 protection spells were cast onto the gate. Now, the reason why I actually gave that detail on how many FDPs came and how many spells is actually very important later on in the story. Now, not much of the FDPs, but more of the spells and everything, because those are what keeps the whole gate protected. Nikita didn't blame herself for not being there at the gate, but she did blame herself for listening to the king. The surface needed help, and the king refused to send any Falgons to help. Maybe if she was the hero, humans wouldn't have to live in fear of the Falgons. That's the end of chapter 1. Now, of course, Nikita would have to leave the Westlands because everybody should know, one of the characters, Sayex, I actually do plan on killing him off later on in the story. I really do like his design and his character idea. And it's a shame because here's the idea. Like I said, I'm not gonna read anything from any chapters that I just don't want to. But he was actually once a Nevermore, because there's 5 Nevermores. Keep that in mind. But they're called Fall Nevermores. Probably could say Nevermores for short. So he stripped himself of his magic and his. It's really hard to say, but the species of being Nevermore, it's hard. Like I said, it's really hard to say and think of a word to use, because when he left the Westlands, that was quite a long time ago. He found this woman named Eleanor. Eleanor is actually another very important character. She's a human, and she does, so her deal is that she's a very kind woman. Now, I'm making sure not to make her a Mary Sue where everybody likes her, because she's kind and everything, but of course there are people who don't like her and everything, because that's the most difficult thing to do while making a story and everything, especially Nikita Andreas. I want to make her strong, but not too strong, and everybody likes her, so making her a Mary Sue. But she's strong enough to go to have heart, but she's still weak. It's hard. It's a really difficult way to explain it. But so like I said, Eleanor. So she has this huge lodge that she's been building on for years and years, because she would take people in and help them and everything, and have them like have a home, kids, people, anybody, because she just felt bad because and everything. So she finds what's his name? I just forgot. Sayex, and she's like, "Here, I'm just gonna take you in." And this was before he stripped himself as being all of his magic and being a fall god. So she gets settled down after when she realizes, what if Felix finds me, that's the bad guy, then I will pin the tribe, that's all the people in danger, including Eleanor, because I actually want him to like Eleanor and everything, just so it can make it a little bit more, I guess, more interesting, because when he dies, and Nikita has to be the one to tell Eleanor that it was her fault he died. But so basically, she takes him in, and then he realizes, hey, I'll be putting the tribe and Eleanor in danger if I don't do this, because Felix can possibly find a way to track me. So he uses a prevailing black magic spell. Now, black magic is welcomed in the Westlands, but there is a limit to it. So he used a spell, that's black magic spell. You have to make this huge circle. So he's like, he knew, because he couldn't get rid of it anyway. So so you know that there's like this invisible ink stuff, like paint, I believe too. So he uses that, and he actually has black lights where he stays in his room. That's even mentioned in the 2nd chapter, where he has black lights in his room. And just for extra precautions, he has a rug above the circle. So that's what he used to strip himself of everything. It's also really painful for us. And he has been now he has curse marks of, now these do not affect him, but they remain with him, of him removing all of his magic and stripping himself of the fall god. Now all of this, for the mark is for the magic part, is on his like I think like right angle. Yeah, it's on his right ankle, and I believe for the Volgon part, it's on his right hand, not hand, but like arm. It's this. We'll show pictures of it sometimes, but so they so that's because I want them to be visible. So like, oh yeah, so now I have an idea and everything. I still have to sketch out the full picture, which should only take me a minute, because I already have an idea what it is. So yeah, that's basically all of it. So I do want to say that I am working on like the Falgon's own language. Now let me say that's really difficult, because I actually got this idea while working on, because I did this concept art of Nikita when she was a bit young, while she's like reading a book, and it has alright, I'll show what it has on. Well, I can't show you right now, but so I actually have the translated thing on another piece of paper, and the symbol is under it. I actually have brown black and Sharpie, do not lose, exclamation mark. So the book that she's reading is called The Science of Alchemy by Devana Hoppers. and then on the back will say AFMN. It's supposed to say FNM, but I got those mixed up, so I can't change that now. It's too late. FFNM, just pretend like that, can hold these powers of a simple page. Now, the Bonhoeffer, I don't know if I want to make. Now, she's just this character that we mentioned and quoted a few times because I gotta take quotes for her. But it took me 35 minutes just to complete this. I don't even know how long it took me. I know it took around 30-something minutes just to write all that down because I gotta think of symbols and redraw them. They have the same words and everything. It's a really painful process, but in the end, I was able to do it. Oh, and here's another thing. So polygons, that they'll always have a recognition of what they are besides average things like a tail or anything. Because a polygon is not like human; it's a human-like creature, so they can look like anything. So, but Nevermores, they're most easiest to identify. They will have, now we'll show a picture sometime. They have these markings on their face that's really weird, but it's hard to explain how they're caused. It just appeared as they grow up, and that's when you can find out that they're Nevermore. So each Nevermore will have these, one or two, and they're easy to hide, honestly, because you can tell when she's on the surface, she can, if you sort of see her and Saix with these markings, he'll become a bit suspicious. Like, become suspicious when Nick says, like, oh yeah, good job for doing this. Totally not suspicious at all. Yay. It's like, huh, polygons, we call them polygonateurs here, you know. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know that. Because, it's actually, so how it all plays out is that it's been 6 months since she's came to the surface, and usually she'll not go after, Felix and everything, but she has to learn, like, everything there is to know about the surface and everything, because she doesn't want to just go dive on in and be like, hey, Felix, I'm here. I'm gonna fight you. So, I gotta say my time is almost up, but it's actually really fun for me to talk about the past Nevermores Westlands. I mostly rambled on about this. I really am sorry. I usually don't script my videos, not at all, so when I get the chance, I will work on actually scripting it and read off of that. Yeah, guys. You're welcome. I'll try to get more videos out there besides me rambling on about this. Bye.